I actually direct 5 different development teams, all with different tech stacks, because we actually have about 10 or 11 products. So it's 5 teams of about 8 developers each. And then there's a separate QA team that floats sort of between all of them with areas of expertise in each that also has about 8 people. We started using AI last year, most heavily around the summer of 2025. And in terms of where we are in our AI journey, if you look at the scale of 0 to 5, where 5 is everything AI is doing everything for you, and 1 is, we're just kind of consulting it like a Google search, we're probably somewhere between a 1 and a 2 right now. I'm hoping that after these sessions here, that we will be closer to 2 going on 3. The biggest change that AI has brought is the speed at which we can resolve issues. The speed at which we can design new features has increased so much that our current development cycles are being disrupted. So we're having to reimagine, what does a sprint look like? What does a release look like? How quickly are we going to deploy? So it's definitely having an impact. The biggest change is that everybody is stuck in the agile development cycle or the iterative waterfall cycle. Everybody spoke about agile being very iterative, but AI development is even more iterative and even more collaborative than agile. Even with agile, even though your sort of product and your QA were immersed in each development team, there was still a bit of separation. With AI, it makes product managers or product owners and QA testers peer programmers, essentially. Everybody becomes more technical. Everything's in the same repository. It's much more collaborative that way. We're having to disrupt some, especially with senior developers or long-term developers, we're having to disrupt the way they've thought. The technical realm has always been theirs. They're sort of the wizards who would produce the code. AI opens that magical realm open to every other department as well. Product managers now become wizards. Automation testers do more than just automate test. So it opens the wizardry to everybody. It's actually been enchanting watching the product team realize that, hey, they can actually produce a working prototype, and just watching how that inspires them to create more versus the old-fashioned, here's a spec document. A non-technical person can now vibe code something that can then be sent to R&D and be turned into a real piece of code. It also will change the way every other department interacts with R&D because you can have faster cycles. Hiring changes in that we're going to start looking for people who understand how to work with AI. We're no longer looking for people who have memorized every possible syntax piece of something in .NET or in Java or whatever your tool of choice may be. Now we're looking for people who understand concepts more heavily based on maybe the industry. Your customer base becomes more important than how much do you know in terms of this technical piece of work. In terms of ROI, I see such great potential. Pre-AI, we've been really limited by our number of resources and the capacity of those resources. Now with AI, each resource can be 10 times the number of resources than one. And where we've normally been mostly reactive to implementations and defects and what a customer might want, we can now be more market disruptive. We now have the ability to really go do all that cool stuff. Yes, we'll keep responding to implementations and the like, but now we have the bandwidth to create so much more. So I'm really excited about that. If you want to remain relevant in software development, you need to embrace AI. That's where it's going. It's kind of like the Industrial Revolution. You can't keep doing things the old way and expect to succeed. But also, it's fun, and it takes care of all those boring tasks that your normal software developer just dislikes. So let AI do the boring stuff for you, and you concentrate on the cool stuff, the fun stuff. That has been the biggest aha moment. The developers that we brought are very open-minded. So what will happen after this event is we're going to go back home and basically redefine formally what our software development lifecycle looks like. Basically put in the rules, the tools, and just kind of retrain every one of our teams how to work in this new, quicker way.